people sign up for health insurance during the open enrollment period at the end of the year. But did you know you may qualify for a special enrollment period at any time during the year? Florida Health Connector can tell you if you're qualified for a zero premium plan.
Call Florida Health Connector today at 850-249-1010.
Florida Health Connector. We connect to blue.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they'll get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
WVLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rubber dub and hot tub. Rubber dub with me. Chilling hot tub. Yeah. Will you make me sweat? Yeah. Chilling in the hot tub. Yeah. Will you make me wet? Yeah.
Well, good morning and welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It is Thursday. It's Mosley Day right here at NFL 104.5. I'm watching now in our studio. We have ESPN in our little, what's this called?
Another distraction.
What?
Studio.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Did you hear what he just said? Another distraction. Are you saying I'm going to mess up? I already did it once. I was reading that and talking at the same time. But anyway, I'm pumped up, man. We got TVs everywhere now. What has Randy done?
I got 2 new ones in here. I don't know what either one of them do.
In the control room. We've got one.
I'm not privy to what equipment.
I think we should name it the Kovaleski TV studio or something. Max Fit. What? We got a price for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that going to cost me? Max Fit Studios.
It's going to be a lot. Anyway, welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It is Thursday. Tommy Santamont is out today. Jeremy Pridgeon. Jeremy, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. How did it go Wednesday night?
Oh, great turnout last night. We're back full speed ahead, but the kids really enjoyed having you out doing that little promo. We haven't aired it yet. We'll send you the teaser, though. So.
Yeah, that will probably make national news, I'm pretty sure. That was great. We did it in, 2 takes?
2 takes, yeah.
Not bad. Best I've ever done.
Yeah. So,
tell you what, I really enjoyed that. What was it? What would y'all call that?
So this Sunday week, we're going to have our kickoff game day Sunday at First United Methodist Church. Everybody kind of wears their team colors and ushers in the start of that tribal season that we're moving into.
We had our school colors on when we showed up. Jeremy's dad. When I walked up, I looked. I said, "That's got to be his daddy," because y'all look alike. And your wife was with us as we walked in. He had his Alabama shirt on.
There you go.
I had my black A. Who makes that shirt I have? It's really nice. Columbia.
It's very subtle. Yeah,
I love that thing.
Yeah, it's
like the shirt you're wearing now.
And all the kids gathered around us, and we had them cheer, and they had signs up.
It was cool.
It was a lot of fun.
I didn't want to leave because I always thought they were just cheering for me for a second.
You're basking in the
crowd. This is down. He said, "I want y'all to jump up." So they jumped up. I'm telling you. 2 of them landed right on my feet. I'm serious. I was like, oh, yeah. But it was great.
Ankle breakers.
Yeah. Great food, great entertainment. That was a really good thing. It was packed out, man. It was a lot. They have a lot of people this Wednesday?
Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of folks here. And, I actually did something I've never done before. I drove the golf cart around the campus last night, and I was picking people up as they were getting out of their vehicle, and they were shocked to see me. It was fun.
Oh, my God. God, dog it.
Yep, you just got distracted again.
Yeah.
You're watching the Sports Center.
But
what am I wearing right now, Jason Kovaleski?
Auburn.
What is today? What is today? Auburn Day. Mosley Day. Auburn today, 8:15. The voice of the Auburn Tigers, Andy Bertram. Cannot wait for that. And we, 104.3, Northwest Florida, your home for the Auburn Tigers. How about that? Mm-hmm. Every Auburn football game, you can listen to it right here on our station. Listen to Andy, watch it on TV, turn it down. That's what we do. Andy does a great job. I'm looking forward to having him in here at 8:15 today. Coach Witten will be with us at 7:15 if everything goes okay. Wildcat, are you okay back there? Everything good?
I'm in the grooves, man.
I like walking in and seeing all these new toys. I like this. Did he win the lottery or something? What happened?
I don't know.
It's time to ask for a raise.
Oh, no, I'm going to keep the doors locked in case the cops come.
We can sit here and go breaking news.
Yeah, that's right. That's the reason we had on right now. We're watching the Steelers right now. That's the reason. That's not good for me to be in here because I'll start watching that and forget what I'm doing.
Breaking news, Steelers offense stinks.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. Arnold Bay tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. What high school game are you going to tomorrow night? You going to any?
Mosley. We're doing the pregame. We're doing the pregame meal for Mosley tomorrow at the church, and so I'm going to go speak to those ball team out there. Cool. Of course, we'll talk to Tommy here, but we're going to feed them and get them a little inspired to go play a crosstown rival.
You tell Coach Witten I said hello when you see him. That's pretty cool. That's the big game. Coach Floyd is. I brag on him all the time. I think he does a great job. I think he's going to bring Rutherford back. They got good athletes over there. They're disciplined. They work hard. And it's not finished yet, but he's working. He's getting it there. But they're going up against a powerhouse Mosley football team. A lot of people have them ranked one of the best teams in the Panhandle this year. But the big one, I think the big one is going to be this week, where I think Jason, Glenn, and all those people wear that red and black.
Yeah, we'll be throwing stuff at you.
I think they're going to be shocked tonight or tomorrow night when they walk into Arnold High School. I think it's going to be. We're going to play.
JB, you hear this, man? You hear this, JB?
Arnold's going to be ready for you guys.
I think Bay High's going to be ready. I think it's going to be a great game both ways. I think Arnold's going to play really well. I mean, new coach, Griffin's proven himself at Bozeman, but Bay High's got a lot of athletes.
I'm excited about Griff being there, man. Yeah. I'm pumped up about him being there.
We needed football.
We got to give credit to Brent Smith going out, not only hiring him, but he made a point to bring in some really good coaches. He's done it. He wants them to do well in football, and I appreciate that because some principals just, hey, it is what it is. Let's go. What we got. And he's trying to make everything better out there. He's done a great job as a principal since he's been there, one of the best they've ever had. So I'm really pleased with him. Rick Green's doing a great job over there, the AD. So we really appreciate them recognizing the first undefeated football team in Arnold's history. That football team in 2003, led by Frankie Verasso, one of the best football players I've seen. I mean, this kid is one of the best football players Bay County's had. He played linebacker, played fullback. You couldn't tackle him. He was a stud, man. I'm telling you, he could play at any level. He was something special. Philip Haley was a running back. He was a real good player in middle school at Surfside. But Jared Hale, Jared was second team All-State. He still holds all the passing records and all kind of touchdowns, everything. And then we had Chase Walker, first team All-State wide receiver. Trinity Thomas was another linebacker, ran a 4.4 40, got a scholarship at Troy. He was skinny, but he could run about 6'1", probably 190, but he could fly. I mean, he was sideline to sideline. We had some big offensive linemen, and we played a 2A schedule. Right. And we had all the facilities, and all those other schools in 2A didn't have the weight room we had. And we had them for 4 years. That was our fourth year. Now, the first year we were really good. We were 9-1, played a 1A schedule. But we had 27 players that had played at Bay came over. Right. So that was really a good ball club. And then we became a real new school. The next 2 years we really struggled. Weren't very good. Played at 1A, then 2A. And then the fourth year, after the guys been in this weight room 4 years, we were good. But we threw the ball a lot back then because we weren't big and strong to be knocking people back off the ball, so we threw the ball quite a bit. But I'm glad they're going to recognize that team. I really like Brent for doing that, and Griff and Rick Green. I really appreciate them having us and doing that. Julie and I are going to be at the coin toss, I think. And I think one of the mayors, I think our mayor, Panama City Beach mayor, is going to flip the coin. And they've got something now with both mayors. I think they had the mayors on here yesterday. They got some kind of bet going like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm talking. I don't care if Mike's on the phone. I'm talking about something important. Why do I want to put a volunteer on the show? Do we want to put a Tennessee volunteer on the show this morning?
Pass.
No, we love Mike. Bring him on right now. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. 27 players is all you need. Just ask Trousdale County, home of Reggie Harper, the late Reggie Harper, Tennessee great.
There you
go. That's about all they'd play with. They didn't need him more than that. But anyway, I didn't call about that. I called to wish you a happy day and give some spiritual advice to the young people out there from the Bible. But you ever heard about Elisha putting the she-bears on the young folks that mocked him for being bald?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got an expert in here now.
Yeah, we got somebody who knows what to talk about now.
Yeah, I know that's why I called, because the Reverend's there today. Hey, here's my Georgia Reverend. My apologies, but good morning, radio friends.
Oh my!
This is Reverend Skinny Blue from Reseca, Georgia. Of course, he's dead too, which I hope Georgia's chances of getting 3 out of 4 are dead by the end of the year. But who knows? Anyway, I love Georgia, though, don't you?
I love Kirby. I love him.
I love leaving Georgia and putting it in my rearview mirror.
And Bulldogs ain't going away now, I'm telling you.
Nope.
I know. I used to talk about a good weight room. Guess what? You'll never guess. I think Glenn Manley and I have lifted on the same weight machine, maybe, because I don't know, didn't he go to Mitsu, as we call it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we got there at my high school. We were so rich. We got their secondhand weight room. They had 2 devices of torture on there. One was called the Real Runner, which was cables hooked up to it's like some cross-country skier from Finland would use. And then they had something that was valuable and important. It was shaped like a helmet. You put your head in it, and you built your neck muscles up in the back. And it saved a couple of our guys from some serious injuries. But it probably has caused me to have deterioration of the cervical spine. But who cares? We lived and loved it. But I'm probably possibly going to go to the UT versus North Carolina State game.
All right.
Yeah, but I had to promise the person who's getting me the free tickets I would wear red, which I will. I'll probably wear an Alabama shirt with an X over it. Anyway.
Hang up on him.
I'm just so excited about high school and college football getting started.
Amen.
And I'm actually happy the pros are getting started. Maybe they'll quit talking about contracts and who all's doing what and all that crazy noise you hear out of the national programs. I'm gonna have to drop it. I'm gonna have to quit listening to sports radio. I don't want to do that because that's our money.
Mike, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Are you shocked that Bo Nix is a starting quarterback for the Broncos?
Absolutely not. 60 college games.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of experience.
In 2 different major conferences. They talked about his arm strength. Well, guess what? Tom Brady didn't have the greatest arm strength. I mean, you just got to get it there. Johnny Unitas, he threw a great ball. Bart Starr. Roman Gabriel, who wasn't as good as those 2 or contemporaries, he could throw it a lot further than they could, I think.
Yeah.
But, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked about anything really these days, but people's, I guess they know what they're doing, but they talk about the Dallas Cowboys all the time, and all I want to do is find one of those idiots and bet him, because he'll give you extra points,
Right.
But
I got one for you.
I got off a spiritual message. Tommy, I'm sorry. Who's there with you?
Jason and Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy. Okay,
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I need to give Jason some plugs, man, because I've been taking some. I take supplements, and I recommend them for older people. Good, and it's not all about young iron pumpers, is it, Jason?
No, we got to stay healthy. We want to live long.
Yeah, and also I'm about to get discharged from this facility up here, but the guy just came into my room and talked to me a little bit. He was from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, Lord, that? God bless him.
Yeah, I mean, he escaped from it, though, he said. Anyway. And thanks for mentioning Troy when you're talking about that young fellow that was on a good team of yours. But I also want to brag a little bit about a guy who went to Vanderbilt, actually, who set the Tennessee record for attempts many years ago at 73 pass attempts. in a high school game. That may have been broken by now, but I know I'd gone out of town to another game. I passed by that stadium and the lights were on. I thought, what's going on? And I turned the radio on. They were still playing. They played like an hour after everybody else in Tennessee was finished. But that guy is Drew Hayes, who was a pitcher for the Vanderbilt Commodores, and is now, I think, the head of he's the pitching coach at AAA Buffalo.
Wow.
And there's in the Blue Jays system. So I do have some Vandy friends, and I make fun of them, but just can't. You just when you talk about Vanderbilt, you just want to go, those poor guys,
Mike, we got to take a break, Big Daddy.
All right, you take on off and have a great day, and I won't bother you tomorrow. I got things to do.
All right, buddy.
Bye
Take
now.
care. Hang in there. You can do it.
Go Vols.
You can do it. All right, let's talk about some great sponsors. We got so many good. Yesterday, I took my brother and his beautiful wife to J. Michael's. They wanted fried shrimp somewhere. I said, it's the best you'll get. They said, you know what? It is. They loved it. J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. Yesterday was a special, the spaghetti, but they got a half order of the shrimp, and it was outstanding. Go check it. We think you'll love it. J. Michael's, the best seafood, the coldest beer, legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. All your real estate closing, it's Mosley Day. His dad was the principal at Mosley, did a great job. He raised a son named Chuck. Chuck Tucker started a business called South Oak Title and Closing. Now it's one of the best in Northwest Florida. Everybody uses them, and so should you. When you go to real estate closing, don't make a mistake. Don't go somewhere else. South Oak Title and Closing, #1. Not even close. Also, we're really pumped up about having that Cajun place back. This is a place to go watch all the games. We'll be there Saturday morning at 11 o'clock for the FSU game. They got the best wings in Beach. They got $5 draft beers, Miller Lite, you name it. All of it. It's outstanding when the games are being played. And if you love those LSU Tigers, when they play that Sunday night, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, they're playing USC. They score a touchdown. You got an LSU shirt on, you get a free Jell-O shot. Same thing from the Saints when they play. It's got to be a touchdown. It's got to be a touchdown. Get out to that Cajun place, have a wonderful time. And if you're over in Lynn Haven, there's only one place to go. That's Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. They got the best people. They work in there is unbelievable. The food's incredible. They got TVs everywhere also. The 10 for 10 every day. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Go check it out. Tell them Coach sent you. I think you'll love it. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1, not even close. Does it feel good in here?
Oh,
Does it feel good in here?
Yeah.
They do a great job. If you have any kind of problem right now, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason will send somebody out there. Your unit will work absolutely beautifully. It'll save you money in your power bill. They do a great job, and they're local. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Atlanta Braves. We'll be right back.
America's team plays here.
And a rocket to right field. This thing is into orbit.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Acuna, Ozzie, and Austin Riley lead the Braves' high-powered offense.
Swung on, belted, deep right field. Get out of here, Ozzie. Home run. Ball game.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Brock's Pest Control. Store more portable buildings, reliable hydraulic solutions. Billburg Kia and Mid-South Lumber.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 90 with a gentle breeze coming out of the east around 11 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 75. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a possibility of thunderstorms and a high around 86. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
It's here again. Toyota's sales event. And this month at Panama City Toyota, you can get 1.99% APR plus 90 days until you make your first payment on the new Tundra. With its twin turbo engine and towing power, Tundra is ready to work hard and play even harder. Get style for miles in the all-new Camry, explore the great outdoors in a new RAV4, or discover the new totally redesigned Tacoma. See you soon at our national sales event.
Offer expires September 3rd. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com. Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
It's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves drop game 2 to the Phillies, setting up a rubber match coming up on Thursday night. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and your Braves Radio Network morning updates coming up next.
Tickets for the Braves 2024 season are going fast. This season is jam-packed with great matchups. Get your tickets at braves.com/tickets.
Wednesday night at Truist Park, it was the visiting Phillies taking down the homestanding Braves by a final score of 3-2 as Philadelphia evened up this series at 1 game apiece. Braves got off to a quick start in the bottom of the 4th on a 2-run homer from Orlando Arcia, his 12th of the year, but the Phillies answered with 2 of their own in the top half of the 6th, cashing off a leadoff single and a double on an RBI groundout from Kyle Schwarber and a sac fly off the bat of Trey Turner. Then in the top of the 8th, it was Brandon Marsh's pinch hit sac fly that put the Phillies up for good. And in the home half of the 9th, Braves did have something cooking with 2 on and 1 down, but it was a couple of ground outs from Michael Harris II and Whit Merrifield that sealed the Braves' fate. Final game of this 3-game set comes your way tonight. And, of course, hear all the action with Ben Ingram and Joe Simpson on the call, live from Truist Park at 7:08 p.m. Eastern. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and this has been your Braves Radio Network morning update.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Thursday is Mosley Day. You can listen to Mosley's football games right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now, let's bring on the head football coach. He's done an incredible job over there since he's been there, Coach Whidden. Coach, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
We're good. Appreciate you taking time out and spending some time with us. Let's go back to last week. You guys looked really good against South Walton. Talk about your players, who's playing well for you. And if you wouldn't mind, give us a little rundown of your coaching staff. If you have any changes, anybody new, or you want to give us their names, that'd be great too.
Yeah, last Friday, it was a good way to start the year. I thought defensively, obviously get a shutout. We played really good. A lot of guys flying around. Raiden Bruins, had a great game for us, getting pressure on the quarterback. Kavion Jackson had a pick. Marshall Williams had a pick. Sawyer Schultz, Wyatt Fleming flying around, making a lot of tackles on the defensive side of the ball offensively. There's times where we look good, moving the ball, making plays, and then, we turned it over 4 times, which is not good football at all, and some things we got to get cleaned up, but I got confidence offensively that, we'll get on track and get those things cleaned up. And then with our coaching staff, we've had a couple of changes. Coach Messer, who had been running our defense, moved back to Pensacola, and Sean Killett is running our defense now. Scooter Rogers is helping him in the secondary, and then offensively, we got the same coaches, and they've been doing a great job.
Well, that's great. The transfer deal, people can go where they want. Did you guys lose anybody? Did you have some new players show up? How did y'all do in that department?
Yeah, no, we've always got an open door. We lost, we lost both of our running backs from last year. Ethan Kellum moved to Tennessee. MJ Wilkerson went to Bay High, but then we picked up a running back from Bay High, and Sammy Chisholm. And then Kavion Jackson moved in from North Marion over in Ocala. So, like most everybody, it's some version of a revolving door during the off season.
What about the new NIL for high school? Have you seen any of that in Bay County? Have you heard anything through the Panhandle? Any schools affecting, helping, hurting? Have you heard anything on those lines?
I have not. I mean, none of our players right now have an NIL deal. I stay in contact with a lot of coaches throughout the Panhandle. I talked to Coach Bennett last week, and he's got Ladarian Clarity, one of the top recruits in the country, and I was asking if he had an NIL deal, and he said no. So I figured, say, if that kid doesn't have an NIL deal, then probably probably don't have one.
You there?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right, let's talk about your schedule. You opened up with a big rival game, Tommy Oliver. It really doesn't matter who the home team is. All the schools play there. I think Rutherford's a much improved football team. I think they got speed. They got good athletes. I think Coach Floyd's doing a good job. How do you guys match up with Rutherford? I think the game's Friday night, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Friday night.
Okay. Talk about Rutherford.
Coach Floyd's doing a great job over there. Those guys, Coach Floyd's got them playing really hard and won a big game last week in their kickoff classic versus Freeport. And, they got guys flying around, making plays on both sides of the ball, and again playing really, really hard. So our guys, we have to come into the game focused, locked in, and we better be ready to execute at a high level.
Would you give us your district schedule this year, who you got to play? And is this year, again, like it was last year, you get the district champ gets in for sure, but they vote on the runner-ups?
District champs get in, and then so there's 4 district champs that get in, and then the next 4 teams get in based off a formula based off strength of schedule and a bunch of stuff that they don't even give us. We don't even know how the formula works. But the next 4 teams based off that formula. But our district this year, we open up with Milton, and then we have Niceville, and then we finish out the year with Gulf Breeze.
Is Max Prep still doing those rankings as far as the teams that enter the playoffs?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, that's a joke.
Oh, that's why.
Do you think that will ever change and go back where you got the district champ and district run-up? Do the coaches have any power at all anymore?
Oh no, I mean, I think that cat's out of the bag, and I don't think it's ever. I don't think it's ever going back in. And I can see why. I understand why it's like that. Especially this year, we're going back. We changed. We're away from metro suburban, so we're back to the traditional classification system, and there's some districts that got 5, 6, 7 teams, and there's some districts that got 3 teams.
Yeah.
And they try to do it that way. So some of those 3-team districts, there's a good chance that in a 3-team district, the runner-up could have a losing record, and so they try to eliminate those teams from being able to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Do me a favor. I apologize. Say it again. Your district opponents one more time, please.
We go to Milton.
Okay.
And then we have Niceville, and then we got Niceville at home.
Okay.
And then we finish out the year at Gulf Breeze.
Gulf Breeze. Okay. Wow.
Hey, Coach Jeremy, we're going to be out there feeding y'all tomorrow, so we're working on getting everything ready through the night here, and looking forward to spending some time with your ball team. I know in-county game, always exciting, and so looking forward to being with your bunch. The schedule piece, the pretty straightforward. I am curious, the Florida High game at the end seems like the one that's kind of an odd out. Is there a story behind that one?
No, I mean, I've known Coach Hickman, for a while. We've played. We played him in the spring 2 years ago. We played him in the spring this past year, and he's always got a good team with a lot of players on it, and like I said, he does a really good job, and just tried to work something out, get him on the schedule, play some quality opponents, and that's kind of how that one worked out.
Yeah. Are they 3A still? Is that I kind of lost track of them over there, but
I want to say they're 2A. 2A. I want to say they're 2A now. 2A now in the new reclassification.
Gotcha. Right there at the end of the season after the district run there. Okay.
Kind of all-star team.
Yeah,
It's a different 2A.
It's a different
2A. Yeah, a little bit different.
I'm not knocking the classification at all, because you're right. They're sitting here in Tallahassee with future Seminoles.
Right. They're recruiting now.
Let me ask you this. In the county and in the teams you have to play, who are you hearing is going to be pretty strong? Who might be down? Give us your thoughts on what we can expect this year in high school football.
I mean, every year when we get ready to play, we're always excited to play everybody in the county. Everybody's roster is going to be a little bit different from last year. Obviously, we'll be paying attention to how everybody does right here in week one. But our biggest concern at Mosley is always ourselves. We want to make sure that we're locked in, we're focused, we're taking care of ourselves. We definitely respect all of our opponents, and we expect to go out there regardless of who we're playing, in county, out of county. We're going to take it 1 week at a time, and we want to make sure that, again, we're executing, playing our brand of football on Friday nights, and that's our focus every single week. We're not trying to look ahead, try to figure out this team, that team. Right now, our sole focus is Rutherford on Friday night, and we want to make sure that we correct our mistakes from last week that we made and go out and play an even better game than we did last week versus South Walton.
Hey, Coach, real quick. Niceville, you get them at home again this year? Is that the way we're reading the schedule? Is that correct?
Yeah, no, it did. It was kind of luck. I mean, literally luck of the draw right there. So every year when we reclassify the districts, we have a meeting amongst the 4 coaches, and we put the since we added 2 new teams this year to our district in Gulf Breeze and Milton, the only fair way to do it is put the teams all in a hat,
pull them out,
draw out who you get, and we drew Niceville at home again, and so again, literally just luck of the draw.
Well, that's excellent.
Yeah. Coach, good luck to you. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll talk to you next Thursday, and it's going to be a good one. Tommy Oliver, kickoff's at 7:00.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it, sir.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, appreciate it. All right, bye.
All right, and remember, you can listen to the Mosley football games right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Let's talk about some of our great people. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. I think Julie and I are going to go have dinner there tonight. They happy hour is unbelievable. Buy one, get one free. We're talking about house wine, draft beer, margaritas, lunch specials Monday through Friday. Go out there and check it. We think you'll love it. Great place to have a birthday party. It's right across the street from the Navy base, the new and best Mexican restaurant right here in Bay County. If you have any type of injury, do what the athletes of Bay County. He's been on the sideline. This year will be his 25th year. That's Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legendary doctor. You can listen to him Monday mornings right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. But call, make an appointment, go see Chad. Any type of injury, he'll take care of you. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road. I have 2 of the experts in here right now with Rudy's Barbecue. Does your son like it too?
He does.
Good.
Yeah.
TVs everywhere. They got the big Lorelei Layton room in the back. You can have a party, chamber meeting, whatever you want to do back there. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can watch everything right there all day and all night.
I was there yesterday watching Little League World Series. Got my brisket, new potatoes, that sweet corn, and then I got a little jalapeno sausage to take to the house with me with the Rudy beans. So I love their food. You can eat healthy there. The food's amazing. Staff's amazing. So go down there and check them out. They're really good people.
Yeah, according to Jordan, there's even a picture of Coach Saban when you walk in the door.
Well, that Coach Saban he's even handsome. He's really handsome as you look up there and see that picture. It's not Coach Saban either.
No.
I just got a little note here from Dr. Ward that they're going to have a busing the charter bus to the A&M game, Florida. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Takes you there, and after the game, I think it returns right after the game. That's pretty nice.
Best way to go.
Yes, sir. You have a good time going down
there.
Nice
place to go, too.
You getting us tickets?
No.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm trying to get us Ohio State, Michigan tickets. You said you wanted to go one year.
I would real love to go. Speaking of going, get down to Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You want a little better feel about it? Jason Kovaleski can make it happen for you. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your touchdown headquarters for the Mosley Dolphins and the Auburn Tigers.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Plus, premier college and NFL games.
Touchdown! Incredible!
Thanks for the most live football on the Gulf Coast in a rich audio experience.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus. You owe the IRS back taxes, and dealing with the IRS stresses you out. Fortunately, IRS Problem Relief can help you resolve back taxes and represent you to the IRS so you don't have to face them alone. Last year, IRS Problem Relief saved clients drowning in tax debt. And IRS Problem Relief is a local company right here in Panama City, not some 800 number where you can never talk to the same person twice. Put those problems behind you so you can focus on moving forward. Call Edward Corey with IRS Problem Relief, 850-784-8176. For a free consultation, call Edward Corey with IRS Problem Relief. It's 850-784-8176 or visit irsproblemrelief.com.
Kickoff on the Plains is coming.
15-10, fire to the end zone. Touchdown, Peyton Ford.
Auburn football returns August 31st.
The kick is on the way. The season is underway.
Only on your home for the Tigers.
Auburn fans, we're bringing you every single game this season on the exclusive home for the Auburn Tigers on the Gulf Coast. ESPN Northwest Florida War Eagle.
Contact to the most dangerous radio show in the Gulf Coast. Coach James Hale. He's so dangerous, he doesn't even check his eggs at the grocery store.
Danger's my middle name.
I'm bad to the bone, honey.
2 tickets to the gun show.
We're live from the J. Michaels studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
I want you to listen to the song. We went and did some research. This is Obama. Listen to him. Listen to him. I want you to listen to this. Former President of the United States.
On a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day.
I did not know. That's Obama. Listen to it. I did the research.
You talking
about Michael or Barack?
And there's a girl.
That's him. You think I'm kidding? I looked it up where he was at when the song came out, and you should see what they were doing as they were singing and recording the song. Play it. Turn it back up a minute. Don't turn it on.
I don't know what to believe.
That's Obama, guys. That's Obama. You hear that? Go back and look it up. I did all kind of research that I was told about it. I looked it up and said, oh my God, that is him. It showed a picture.
I failed to see the connection.
Oh my God.
He's a much better singer than president. I'll give him that.
You don't think, you can't tell us his voice?
No.
Y'all cannot tell us his
I don't listen to him talk. I usually turn the TV off when he does, so I don't know what his voice sounds like.
Anyway. Y'all ruined it. Anyway, we do have a
we
great.
didn't ruin it.
Yeah, we do have a special caller right now. This guy's incredible. Let's bring him on right now. Good morning, sir.
A true American.
Hey, good morning. I want to say good morning to Jason, to the Most Reverend, and Coach Hale. I was trying to come out this morning. Coach Hale and I had talked on Tuesday evening. Excuse me. The Most Reverend and I had talked on Tuesday.
It's the same thing. Me and him are the same person.
I know. I was going to, try to come out, but I have a few more signs to get up this morning, and Faye and I are going to go out of town for a few days, and I just couldn't get there. But again, let me say thank you for what you do for athletics in our county, and it's so good to hear, like Coach Whidden this morning. And by the way, I had gone out to his practices recently, especially in the weight room. I'll tell you, they've got some big boys, and if they don't do well this year, I tell you, I don't know. I did see them a half on Friday night at Tommy Oliver, and they look really good. But, of course, I look forward to seeing all our teams this year. And good morning.
Well, let's give him thank you. And we want to appreciate you on another big win. And we think, I said this before, I like all the school board members. Steve comes on quite a bit.
Yeah.
Love Coach. But Jerry has been in the trenches. He has been a teacher. He's been a principal.
Yep.
He knows what he's talking about. He's been there. And the other ones we have are really good too. They are. But it's just different when you can talk to somebody that's been in the wars, that's been through it. And Jerry's been there, his family, his wife. And we appreciate what you've done. And you don't have to be doing this. You got a great retirement. You could be enjoying life right now, but you're still plugging away for the kids in this county, and we appreciate that. And I'm glad. I can't really get out there and say too much, but I get in trouble. But I'm really glad you won. We voted for you. Now that it's over, and we thank you. Will continue to do a great job. But really, and thank you for what you did all those years in the classroom, all those years being a principal, and just to keep on giving back to the community. We appreciate that, Jerry. We really do.
Hey, thank you. I love it. I'm really humble.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You're one of the few people in the world that can actually even get into the Harvard of the South and get a degree from there. Not many people can get into the University of Southern Mississippi.
I get from experience there.
That was the graduate school, and I really enjoyed going over there.
Yeah.
Going back, hey, listen, I see it as an honor to be part of the district and the system, and I cherish the idea of our kids graduating. That's what we're all about, and I really love what I do. I love Bay County. I grew up here. Hey, my mother and daddy, they didn't have money. I was able to, the cost of college wasn't that expensive then, and I was able to go to school, and then first year teaching, Faye and I married 54 years ago, believe it or not.
Nice. Wow.
And she has been a wonderful jewel for me, and what a great lady. We were in first grade together, by the way, up to the terrace.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Yeah, it's amazing. Jerry, I got to say this. She doesn't age. Now, you do, but she does not age. She does not.
That's okay. I was thinking the other day that maybe it was, but I don't think.
And I want to thank you for this, too. You guys, you and your wife, I see you at all of our sponsors, all the different restaurants and people. I appreciate you doing that. I really do.
Hey, and the air conditioning person, before you even began to advertise with you. We redid our house in Lynn Haven in 2010. He did the air conditioning system on it, new.
Oh,
and the condensing unit outside looks like a garage apartment. It's so big. Hey, listen, I've had nothing but good things out of it, and you do have great sponsors. I just really appreciate what they help you do in promoting athletics in our county. That's so important.
Yes, it is. What do you think this year? What are you hearing? Who's going to be the powerhouse? Is it going to be Mosley, Bay, Arnold? Bozeman was it last year. They've gone to 3A, which would be something new for them, a new adventure. But what are you hearing? Who's going to be pretty good this year?
Okay. I've been around some, and I think I like to use one term, improved. I think maybe all our teams have probably improved.
Yeah.
And I really believe size-wise and ability-wise and all, Mosley has really got a good team. The wideouts, they throw the ball quite well. In fact, I think they throw more than they run.
Wow.
But that's what I saw last Friday night. But I look forward to it. It's an exciting time. And again, thank y'all so much. And I'm very humble. Again, I'm finishing 16 years, and then I have 4 more, and that's 20 years on the board. And I'm really so excited about that. And then you add my 30 years, I think that's about 50 years.
Yeah.
And I really love the district, and I love the county. And, that's not political. That's sincere.
Yeah.
And I love what I and, Jeremy, I appreciate what you do for the district and what you do. And Coach Hale and Jason, what a kid. He was on my Little League team.
Yeah.
And
people forgot you were a coach, too.
Hey, he sounds the same. He looks the same.
Probably a little bigger, just a little bit. I was 12 then.
Oh, my God.
Just how ornery was Jason?
Just had a good mom. My mama taught me a lot in sports and nutrition, and that was my basis. That's why I own Max Fit. So, I mean, I owe a lot to her.
She's a Hall of Famer.
And I had a lot of great coaches, like Coach Register back in the day, who's now, into politics.
Was he tough? Was he hard on you? Was Jerry hard?
No, he was a good man back there. I mean, he coached us really well. We actually weren't very good 2 years before that. There's a lot of good players, Brandon Emanuel, Monty Burns. So when I came in out of Ohio, we actually developed a really good team and competed with those guys because those guys were running the league at the time. So we had a lot of fun and learned a lot of great baseball out there in Lynn Haven.
Yeah, he was the number one draft choice coming in for Ohio.
There was some shenanigans going on to get me, too. I had a lot of coaches' friends asking me, "You want to come over here and stay with us?" And I was like, no, I'm going to go with the team that picked me.
You look like
there were some great kids in the Lynn Haven league of those years.
Yeah.
And, we participated, and Jason he stood out. What a great kid he was.
Well,
I always say the reason we're so great in baseball is because they start so early and they're coached well early. And it proves it right there. Jerry coached those young kids, and he's the reason they won the state championship at Mosley High School.
There's a lot of good coaches there. Coach Emanuel's over there. Coach Boyd coached a lot of the youth back then.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of great coaches back then. And that's why that we have so many people come out of here. We're not a big population like Orlando or Tampa or Miami, but the amount of baseball players that come out of here that are high quality.
Look at Moss's
son.
Look at
even over into Walton County. I mean, Pensacola, we went head to head every year in the state championship game. We lost the state championship game every year in the finals to Pensacola Brent. They had about 3 or 4 guys that played in the major leagues, and they were high end.
Yeah.
They barely beat us every year, but we had a lot of good teams in that stretch.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. St. Joe also always had a really good team too.
Yeah.
Yep. We actually beat them. I think my 11th when I was 11. That was the first time we beat them.
Jerry, you want to hold on? We got to take a break.
I will, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I want to ask you about what you think about FSU Georgia Tech. This game will be played Saturday, 11 o'clock kickoff, and we're going to be. Oh my God, I've got to get the Cajun place. I think Brian's going to go down there with me. We like to go to the early games down there. They're opened up where you can watch game day. They got the best wings in the beach. Got lunch specials. They got drink specials down there. That Cajun place, love the people down there. Jan, Trudy, and Rick, one of my former players, they do a great job down there. Turf Pro Pest Control, you want that yard look absolutely beautiful. Patrick can make that happen for you. Give them a call. They'll come out. They'll make that yard look absolutely beautiful. And you listen to Patrick every Monday morning around 8:30. Wildcat, if I want to get some jewelry, Jerry just won another relation. We want to go get him something special. What can we do?
Well, you being the intelligent man that you are, you're going to go to David Adamson Fine Jewelry and Design, and they're located at 830 Highway 77 right there in Lynn Haven. They're a fine jeweler. They design jewelry. They repair jewelry right there in-house. They will also give you a insurance estimate on your jewelry if you want to get it insured, or they'll buy it. And, of course, Christmas layaway, David Adamson Fine Jewelry and Design.
And we hear the great Jerry Rezer talking about giving back, helping to the community and things like that. I like to think Taco Bell and Callaway, they support the Rutherford Rams. They sponsor the Rutherford Rams. And then especially down in Port St. Joe. Coach Jones is down there all the time, Taco Bell down there. They really support the Tiger Sharks. Get out there and support Taco Bell. They're giving back to the youth here and throughout Northwest Florida. Taco Bell, don't forget that, an outstanding job that
go get that Dorito taco and then get the Cinnabons, man. Those things are
Eric Baker does a great job for giving back to the community. And Jason, let's talk about your store. Where are you located?
We're on 23rd Street in Del Coronado Village next to Tzatziki's and Black Sheep Armory, and we're at Pier Park North. We got a free sample bar. I know the heat might be getting to people early in the year. We got our hydration packs on sale for all our high school athletes, and we have our high school stack, the Complete Mass K4 creatine, and our multivitamin for $99.99.
All right, we get back. We'll have FSU. Jerry Reser's on the phone with us. The new, well, he's not really new. He just won. And still starting quarterback for the school board here in Bay County. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're the radio home of the Mosley Dolphins.
We're going under the lights this Friday night as the Mosley Dolphins kick off the season versus the Rutherford Rams. Listen to David and Kyle for live play-by-play from Tommy Oliver Stadium. Coverage starts at 6:45. Mosley Dolphin football is sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialists, Chapman Wealth Management, and ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 90 with a gentle breeze coming out of the east around 11 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 75. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a possibility of thunderstorms and a high around 86. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Florida Health Connector. Reconnected to Blue.
Most people sign up for health insurance during the open enrollment period at the end of the year. But did you know you may qualify for a special enrollment period at any time during the year? Florida Health Connector can tell you if you're qualified for a zero premium plan.
Call Florida Health Connector today at 850-249-1010.
Florida Health
The battle for the East continues to heat up, and your Atlanta Braves are battling back and looking for some big wins.
Adam Duvall up at the plate with 2 down. And he swings and hits one deep to left field. That's going to fly on back. That's going to fly on out of here.
Tonight, Austin Riley and the Braves are back in town for a huge NL East matchup against Bryce Harper and the division-leading Phillies.
Braves coverage begins at 6 after the afternoon underdogs right here on your home for the Braves, ESPN Northwest Florida.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Are they the best in the ACC? I believe they are. We will find out. There's some good teams in the ACC this year. But right now, let's talk about newbies. You want to have a great time? We don't have 3. We now have 4 newbies. One over in St. Andrews. Go check it out. I think you have a great time over there. People talking really highly of it. But on the beach, we have Newbies 2 on the Curve to go watch all sporting events. The Booze and Brews, one of Glenn's favorite places, and then the Mothership. And Miss Charlotte's going to have the best bands for you, for your entertainment. Every Friday and Saturday night, they spend the top dollar getting the best people in there, and they pack it out, and people love going there. You know you're going to wind up at Newbies and having a great time. Just be careful and tell them Coach sent you. Let's bring Jerry Register back in. Just got reelected again. I think it's a record time, too. I don't think anybody's done it as long as he has.
No, I think Ms. Bozeman had 28 years.
Dean Bozeman. Are you kidding? Okay. I didn't know her.
Bozeman is named after her, and I knew her. And, in fact, I taught one of her boys, or maybe 2 of her boys, at Everett many, many years ago.
Well, that record's out there. It can be broken like every record. So you're still young. You're still young.
It can't be. No. It can't be. 5 or 6 years ago, the legislature made it limited. You have term limits now in the school board. And what they did is they grandfathered us in at that point. So that gave me 2 more terms.
Yeah.
So the one I'm finishing right now.
Oh, okay.
Plus the one I just got elected to is it. So if the good Lord's willing, I'll do these next 4 years. It'll be 20 years. And I am so blessed, I will tell you. I've really been blessed.
Well, the problem is the only term limits they need to have are congressmen and senators at national level. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They have ruined. What's wrong with the country is what politicians have created years back.
Right.
Years back. But anyway, Jeremy, I want to ask you this, Jerry. Florida State's traveling that far, and I've had people follow them on Facebook. Allison Posey used to work here. Now she's over in Tallahassee TV station. Watch them. Their flights have been delayed. They missed connecting flights. They had to take a train once they got over there to the city. And I just don't know how the traveling can affect either team, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think Georgia Tech's got their quarterback returning. I really like their head football coach at Georgia Tech. It's week 1. Even some people have Georgia Tech upsetting Florida State. I don't think that happens, but I don't think Florida State covers. I think it's going to be a competitive football game with Florida State pulling away at the end. What's your take on FSU this Saturday morning, 11 o'clock, playing Georgia Tech?
Well, I do know a lot of people who are over there. In fact, I know the Walsinghams went over to Ireland early. I think they left last Sunday. And there's a lot of folks who've gone over there and making a long vacation. First, let me say this, that my teachers ruined me about Florida State football. I'm really not a real Florida State fan, but I always say that the only thing I really like FSU about is my wife went there. I want to tell you, I've read and I've studied and this, that, and the other. I really believe that Georgia Tech's going to do well, but, I think after last year's year with FSU, I think they're going to put on the dog this Saturday. Okay. I think they're going to show everything they have, and I think that Georgia Tech probably do well in the first and second quarter, probably, but I think FSU is going to take them down.
They're going to make a statement.
I think it'll be a better game than I thought.
Yeah, you're going to make a statement. That could happen. What do you two think on that? Does Florida State make a statement like Jerry says, or is they going to have a tough football game against Georgia Tech, improve Georgia Tech?
I just think it's a really good Georgia Tech team, so a statement would just be winning the game, especially when you're traveling that far.
Yeah, that's what I kind of worry about.
With, jet lag or anything like that. So that's the only thing I'm concerned with. It's all about DJ Uiagalelei. I talk about it every day. I mean, if the quarterback spot is good, Florida State's going to be really good. I am interested to see their defense, how good they are going to be this year, because they replaced a lot of guys through the portal, so that's always hard to get that chemistry. So if their defense plays well, if DJ plays well, I think they're going to get a solid win. But I do think this is a really good Georgia Tech team, and they're building something up there kind of special. They landed a couple 5-star recruits up there, so I think this is an interesting game, but I do think Florida State does have something to prove, and I think they're going to use that motivation from missing the college football playoffs last year to come into this game and really show what they're made of.
I do think a win for Florida State is enough. The X factor here, the weather forecast has changed, but windy, 17-mile-an-hour wind with gust up to 40.
Yeah.
Wow.
That puts the game on the ground.
Yeah.
And what's the high?
Oh, my goodness.
68, 60, or 63. So
that may hurt Georgia Tech more than Florida State.
Right. I think so. It shifts to Florida State being more physical.
For sure.
But, if this game gets over 30 points.
And Tommy said they were going to run the ball quite a bit this year. And that quarterback can run, too.
Yeah. Georgia Tech's more pass heavy, I believe. I mean, that quarterback threw for, 3,800 yards last year, and he was trying to build on this year. So if that affects their passing game, that's really a good sign for Florida State.
Good sign for Florida
State. Can you imagine practicing in Tallahassee, and even in Atlanta, the heat, humidity, and then go there? Hell, they might get sick. I mean, they go there 60-something degrees.
60-something degrees with 20-mile-an-hour wind coming at you. I mean, that's what we feel like in November around here.
All right, my next question to all three of you guys, Florida State in the ACC. I think they're going to win the ACC. I'm telling you what now, there's 3 other teams that are pretty good. Miami's got the players. For whatever reason, they haven't done it yet.
Right.
I still have to wait and see them do it. I don't trust them until they do it. And then NC State has got a really good coach. They got a great schedule. Everybody's talking about they're going to be really good. And, of course, Clemson. Who's the best team in the ACC out of those 4?
I got the most talented is Miami, especially in the trenches.
More than Florida State.
I do. I believe they do. I mean, if you look at what they've recruited on the offensive, defensive line, what he's brought in through the portal, I mean, they got the number 1 defense in out of the portal from Tennessee, Tyler Barron. I mean, and that's not the only guy. They've out-recruited Ohio State for defensive tackle Justin Scott. And they got Marquise Lightfoot that's really good. They got a lot of depth along each line. They got Cam Ward, who I think is the best quarterback out of the bunch in the ACC, at least at the top of the ACC. But Cristobal worries me. You know what I'm saying? Some of the decisions they made last year.
James Franklin.
Yeah, they win games that they shouldn't, or lose games they shouldn't, and that's what makes me nervous about picking them to win the ACC. Right. But I'm just going based off talent right now today. I would pick Miami.
Jerry, out of those 4 teams, which one do you think wins the ACC? Who's the best team?
I think that we're going to be surprised. I still have to go with Clemson.
I think they're all that close, though. I mean, I really do think all those teams are so close, and each one has a little bit of a deficiency, but they all have their strengths as well. Clemson's defense is going to be really good this year.
I respect Dabo. He does it the old way. Yeah. He still goes after high school recruits. He develops them, keeps them there. So we'll see how it plays out. Everybody else is doing something totally different. They're getting players they know that can play the real deal. So we'll see. What do you think, Jeremy?
I'm sorry. Let me just say, I just really feel like that he's had a problem with quarterbacks in the last 3 or 4 years. If we get a steadfast quarterback, I think that his team will do quite well.
What you think?
I'm liking Clemson as a dark horse here.
Really?
If it doesn't happen now, it's over for Dabo.
Yeah, it's a big year for him.
Yep.
I think NC State's sneaky. I mean, they got Bryson Rogers from Ohio State. That kid would start at Ohio State this year if he was still there. He just didn't want a way to run last year as a true freshman. There was a little angst with the coach there, but he's 6'3", runs a 4.4, jumped 38 inches. I mean, this kid is a freak athlete. So NC State's got a few weapons that people don't really know about yet, but I think people are going to really figure them out. So I think there's 4 teams that are going to be at the top, and then there's a big gap between the rest of the conference.
All right, we got to take a break. Jerry, before we let you go, we got a guy that's a state Hall of Famer named Tommy Santamont getting up there in age. I'll buy the plaque if we can recognize him. Hopefully something good will happen to him soon.
There is a certain coach named Manley, too, that I'm working on.
Good.
On something as well, okay?
Yes.
And I did sit with Tommy at the game last week, at least a half, and we had a big time talking. But again, gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I did not want to come on the air until after the election. I just feel that way.
Yeah.
But appreciate what you do, and thanks for taking care of our athletics in our county.
Yes, sir. You take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye, Jerry.
Thanks.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people, man. We got so many. And Paparazzi Pizza, if you love pizza, that's the only place you want to go. My brother, Paul Hale's here, his wife, Lisa, and they went there before. They want a pizza there again, so we're going to head out there. Paparazzi Pizza is unbelievable pizza, but go try the bakery, man. I'm telling you, just try the Paradise Cake one time. You'll go there just for that. It's incredible. Lunch specials every day. You get 2 huge, I'm going to tell you again, huge slice of pizzas and a drink, $11 and change. Buy another drink. All you need is that one big piece. I'm telling you, that's enough to fill up anybody. But they do a great job down there. They really do. And that's Paparazzi Pizza. They got a bar in there now also, and you watch the games there and have pizza and have a great time. Paparazzi Pizza on Thomas Drive. Don't forget about Dr. Ward. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, there's offices throughout Northwest Florida. And you can listen to the great Dr. Ward every Wednesday at 7:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. Thank you, newbies, for the FSU update. Be right back. Jeremy Pridgeon, the mighty Crimson Tide of Alabama, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, your home for Mike Greenberg.
The CD Lamb of it all. He's going to get hurt. He will show up the week before the first game. Oh, you know what? We're going to have him on the field. Boom, it's a hamstring. I saw it with Darrelle Revis. I'll never forget it. He's chasing Randy Moss. Next thing you know, he's grabbing his hamstring. His whole season was defined by that injury. It's 3 weeks. Now he's coming back. Oh, now he's aggravated it. Now he's coming back. This is what happens when skill position players miss this much game.
Greeny. Weekdays on ESPN Northwest Florida. This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 90 with a gentle breeze coming out of the east around 11 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 75. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a possibility of thunderstorms and a high around 86. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work?
Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job, it's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The tradition continues.
Lots of force on this one. Hello, Chop House. A 2-run homer.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama Updates, brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. You heard from great Jerry Register. He said they're outstanding. They got to be. I tell you that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Most honest, hardworking people. Locals taking care of locals. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. You have any problem, don't even think about using anybody else but Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jeremy, what do you have for us today on the Crimson Tide of Alabama?
Well, couple things here before we jump full into the report. Give a shout out. We're talking football getting started, but really all the fall sports are getting underway here. I was driving in and saw the Gulf Coast State College women's cross country team. That's a new addition here, coached by former Arnold coach Tom Deaver, who's out there. Tom, is the national champion in the 50K.
Oh, really?
65 years older. They're out racing. He said they're getting about 7 miles in this morning. I told him to get a couple for us. But volleyball's up and running. The ladies are taking the court here. And then, Little League World Series, Florida. I don't know if you saw this or not. Florida's still in it. They defeated Hawaii last night 4-3. Yes.
Good job, baby. Good job.
Lake Wales.
Yep. Play Nevada, and the winner gets Texas. That would be a rematch if Florida, Lake Mary can push on through here.
Or Lake Mary, my bad.
Yeah.
Wish it was Lake Wales.
Right.
So Alabama, we're a week away, and the question that's circulating, you've seen it here on the screen this morning, is the dynasty over? Well, now what's a dynasty? Well,
a lot of winning.
6 out of 10.
When I start thinking about dynasty, I'm like UCLA basketball, right. Alabama during Bryant, the Patriots, Belichick, Chiefs are probably an emerging dynasty. Oklahoma softball,
right?
I mean, so is it over? You got to have these runs where you're unbeatable. Basically everybody's competing for second. Well, Feinbaum's the one stirring the pot here on this question here. And
does that surprise you?
Not at all.
And ironically, Stephen A. Smith is the one sticking up for you.
Yeah, this little spat that has been between Feinbaum and Saban, and it's kind of just continuing again because he certainly benefits from it by staying relevant in the conversation. But he's made the blunt assessment that it's over, and that it was over actually before Saban left. Yeah. And even in here we were kind of hey, he's done, he's out. Can a dynasty be tied only to a coach? How many dynasties kind of have coaching succession?
Right.
Is it over because Saban's done, or
maybe
is it over?
Miami?
Maybe
back in the 80s, 90s, because they went through a couple coaches and they won multiple.
And they were still the U,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's the only one I can really think of off the top of my head that had multiple coaches that were pretty.
Well, look at Coach Bryant. You don't think that was a dynasty?
No,
what he did.
Yeah,
but I mean,
but
continuing,
through a coaching change. Is it so tied to the coach that with Saban out the door?
I think it is somewhat tied to the coach
for sure.
Yeah.
Woody Hayes, when he left, it dropped off. I mean, they still won big, but not like he won.
Right.
Michigan, when Bo left, they still won, but not like Bo won. Alabama, they won, but not like Coach Bryant.
UCLA basketball. Tom Osborne at Nebraska.
So I guess it is, right?
Yeah.
Well, and I think in watching over the last 24 hours here, if Alabama doesn't make the 12-team playoff, over.
Right.
Over.
Yeah.
But
for their
gonna
fans.
be some unhappy people.
yeah, but if,
You'll see the true Bama spirit.
Especially on here.
but I'm not sure Alabama has to win it. If, I think they have to
not
be
his first year.
Right. I think that's the piece here.
Jimmy, if he beats Georgia, he's fine.
It makes the Final Four. Maybe loses to an Ohio State or a Texas or something like that. I mean, I think the fans should be thrilled with that.
So I want to walk through kind of how this may go down here with, just kind of the big question, the dynasty over. So here's the predictions ESPN FPI ran last night. I'm going to run through percentage-wise. Mercer, 99%. They said should have been 100.
You're right.
Western Kentucky, 97%. South Florida, 96%. Vandy, 89. South Carolina, 86. Wisconsin, 81. Auburn, 80. Missouri, 70. LSU, 63. Where does it get dicey? 58% chance of winning against University of Tennessee. 51% against Oklahoma in that November road trip. That trap game written all over.
Weather. And
then 40% against Georgia. The final prediction is 9-3, which actually I think gets them out. Here's where it really is going to be worth watching. If you're looking for something that could distinguish, 4 of these regular season games that they're predicting have a spread right now of 4.5 or less. So we're talking a 1-score ball game. Now, pop quiz for you guys. Saban, 17 seasons on the Alabama sideline. What was his record in 1-score games? There were 50 of them.
Well, I know Auburn wasn't very good.
42-8.
Okay, it's a lot lower. 30-20.
Whoa.
In 1-score games.
Yeah.
Now, 6 of those came in 2007.
Oh, wow.
His very first year.
Yeah, they were
so
terrible.
you take those out and get rid of that first season, which I think is fair, and get a mulligan. 30-14. So 30 and
that's good.
14,
Yeah.
68%. Okay. That's good. Very good. All right. DeBoer at Washington in 1-score games.
He probably won them all.
26-6.
Yeah.
81%.
Yeah.
So
he's a good coach.
Well, and you went right to the heart of the matter here. That's in-game coaching.
Right.
And so in these tight ball games where the spread's 4.5 going in on these 4 that everybody has circled, can he maintain that type of success in the 1-score games? That's the margin for error.
I want you guys to think about 3 things, and we went nuts about it, okay? We gave away 3 games, 3 of his losses. At A&M, we had first and goal on the goal line, at the 1-yard line.
Right.
We throw an interception in the end zone, okay? We gave that game away.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, we stayed in man coverage when we couldn't cover in man coverage. We gave that away.
Auburn kicked 6.
Auburn, what was the other one? LSU. Down at LSU, we made some questionable decisions, especially the year we had that one particular offensive coordinator. And we lost those close ball games.
Clemson in the national title game.
Yeah, we lost close games we should have won, and it was coaching.
Mm-hmm.
We lost to we lost to Michigan because we couldn't cover the counter and counter pass.
Yeah.
We start off with a 3. We had an all-American outside linebacker out in the flats.
Yeah.
We switched it up, put him on the line of scrimmage, we shut him down.
Yeah.
Lose to Ohio State because Kiffin wouldn't run the ball.
Well,
yeah, I mean, the margins are so thin.
If we could have tackled Elliott, we'd have been better too.
Yeah. But this, I think, is going to bear watching.
Yeah.
And particularly with the clock rules that have been designed to shorten the games and the number of possessions, you're going to have closer games. So can he keep that success rate moving from the Pac-12 to the SEC?
We got Eddie?
No, we're staring them down. So, but just before we get into the X and O's next week, start breaking down the game, questions about whether it's over or not. It's going to hinge on what happens in these 1-score ball games.
That's what impressed me about them last year. I mean, everybody picked Oregon to beat them twice. They were in the tough games, but they were the ones at the end of the game that executed, that didn't look like the moment was too big for them. The Texas game, I didn't think they were going to win that game about mid-third quarter. Then all of a sudden, boom, they started executing very well as it got late. That was a really good ball game. I watched it again last night, too.
Now, one thing you remember, he does not have his coordinators been with him when he's done all these great things. He's going to have more input on the offense. I think they got a guy that's been on the staff that's been promoted with him to offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. But it's different when you have the guy that's been doing it. But it's DeBoer's offense. So We'll see. But you made a great point about those one-score games.
I just didn't even think he lost 20 games. I mean, to be honest.
Even though that's still good.
Oh,
guys.
yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah,
I mean, when you're coming down to playing really good teams and one-score games, it's tough to win.
I mean, the three-peat was in reach. Had Sarkisian simply told Jalen Hurts to run the clock a little bit in the game, they lost to Deshaun Watson on the pick play.
Right.
I know it wasn't a pick play, but it was a pick play.
That was down in Tampa.
Right.
I went nuts over that. They called it on Notre Dame FSU game when it happened there, and they just.
Yeah,
I think the problem with that was
they were chop blocking the corner.
But I think the problem with that one, the Alabama's corner defensive back didn't sell it very well. He tried to run around it and instead of taking the contact. Yeah. If you take the contact and try to run through that guy.
The inside guy tried to run around. The outside corner got blocked.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, that's when it got blocked. That penalty should have been on that.
Right. Yeah.
They call it in one game, they didn't the other. But you know what?
It's what it is. But that's the margin here we're looking at.
Go back to last year's Texas game. Go back to last year's South Florida game. We almost lost that game in South Florida.
People don't realize that. That was a tough game.
That was.
That's when Milroe got benched.
Well, we got in the truck on the way back from Tampa, and we'd taken the family. Jordan's first game. Thinking it'd be 40-0 at halftime. Okay, son, let's get in the truck. And my wife gets in and said, "That wasn't how I drew this up."
I think Coach Saban made the right decision by getting out when he did. Mm-hmm. The way the rules have changed, everything's changed. Texas, Oklahoma coming in, and he won the SEC championship and really outcoached Georgia. And I told you I thought they would beat Georgia, but
that's why my problem with Feinbaum's definitive statement that this is over. I mean, look at last year; they beat Georgia SEC championship game, lose a very close ball game that they should have won against Michigan, probably won a national title almost last year. And we're talking about the margins.
But Jason, you go back and you watch SEC media days. They got into it one time, and I think they still deep down really don't like each other.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think he I think he respects Saban. I don't think he likes him.
Plus,
I don't think Saban.
When he riles up the Alabama fan base, guess who calls into his show and makes him a lot of money? Exactly. It's the Alabama fan base.
All right, let's take a break right now. I want to thank Stevenson Air Conditioning for the Alabama update. Thank you so much, and don't forget. We are 104.3 Northwest Florida, the home of the Atlanta Braves. Make sure you listen to all the Brave games right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer. All your real estate closing, it's all about Chuck Tucker. It's about South Oak Title and Closing. That's the only name you need to know about. South Oak Title and Closing. That's who you go with. They're incredible. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street from Navy Base. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Great place to have birthday parties. And tonight, karaoke night. You'll have a great time tonight. I think Julie and I are going to go there tonight. Dr. Chad Mitchell, any type of injury, go see Chad. Rudy's Barbecue on Baton Beach Road. They cater. If you're a principal out there and you want to take care of your faculty, you want to take care of your coaches, Rudy's Barbecue, make sure you use them. They do a great job. Try the turkey sandwich, turkey plate. It's incredible. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Ready to go under the lights? Mosley Dolphin football is back. ESPN Northwest Florida brings you live play-by-play coverage all season long. With David Hayes.
Touchdown, Mosley Dolphins!
And Kyle Wright.
And the interception turns into points for the Mosley offense.
The Mosley Dolphins take on rivals Niceville, Rutherford, and the Bay Tornadoes. Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 90 with a gentle breeze coming out of the east around 11 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 75. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a possibility of thunderstorms and a high around 86. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take control of your adventure and discover the new Kia at Bill Burr Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Whether you're traveling on the highways or off-road, you'll do it with grace and grit. Now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or a new 2024 Kia Sportage. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Burr Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. The road is yours in an all-new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or 2024 Kia Sportage with $2,165 per 1,000 financed at 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers must take delivery from dealer stock through 9/3/24.
The battle for the East continues to heat up, and your Atlanta Braves are battling back and looking for some big wins.
Adam Duvall up at the plate with 2 down. And he swings and hits one deep to left field. That's going to fly on back. That's going to fly on out of here.
Tonight, Austin Riley and the Braves are back in town for a huge NL East matchup against Bryce Harper and the division-leading Phillies.
Braves coverage begins at 6 after the afternoon underdogs, right here on your home for the Braves, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. And now, War Eagle. Live from the J. Michael Studio, it's the Auburn Update on the Coach James Hale Show with the voice of the Auburn Tigers, Andy Burcham. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle. Hey, Martha, Kenny, James Guamar, all these Auburn Tigers. We got a lot of Tiger fans in the Panhandle, Florida. A lot of them.
Glenn Manley.
Beth Moe, she's a big one.
Yeah.
She taught her son, she taught her husband well.
She trained him well.
Yeah. We got we're working on it. We're trying to get him on the phone right now as we speak. The great Andy Burcham. And a lot of questions for him today. Auburn kicks it off 1 week. And we are 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We are the home of the Auburn Tigers football. You listen to every game. What we suggest you to do is turn the volume off, watch it on TV, and listen to Andy. He does an incredible job. And we're trying to get him. We got him. We got him right now. Andy Burch. Andy, how you doing, sir?
James, I'm doing very well, thank you. We're just a week and a couple days away from the start of what should be an exciting Auburn football season.
I tell you what, man, you guys in recruiting, I know you can't really talk much on recruiting, but it's unbelievable what they've done, the players they flipped. They've shot up the ranks. I hadn't seen this in a long time. Great job by Coach Hugh Freeze and his staff. But I want to thank you and welcome you back. We missed you. We're so glad to have you here. People in the Panhandle love you. I saw on Facebook, you and Coach Freeze, and you were talking. I want to ask you some questions about that. So, are you already back? Are you doing your weekly deal with him now? Have y'all started?
Tiger Talk started Monday night, and we've moved to Monday night during football season this year. So, Tiger Talks are on Monday night at 6 o'clock Central Time, and we had our first show this past Monday, and we'll be every Monday from now until the end of the football season.
Okay.
Until the end of the football season.
I'm glad you did that because we had it wrong. It's now going to be on Monday nights, 6 o'clock. Right. Okay, good, great. All right, I wanted to ask you because I saw it and I want to share it with everybody because I was concerned. I was thinking, who's the backup quarterback? Can you kind of tell us how that talk went with Coach when you asked him that question? Who's going to be the backup quarterback? And tell us about the young man.
At last Friday, a week ago Friday, he had a press conference just with all of the media, and he said he knew he had decided on who was going to be the backup to Peyton Thorne. And he just had not told the players yet. Well, I guess he had his meeting with those quarterbacks earlier Monday and then broke the news with us on Tiger Talk Monday night that Hank Brown will be the number 2 quarterback behind Peyton Thorne going into game number 1. And Hank is a young man out of Nashville. He's a redshirt freshman. He got some mop-up duty last year in the Maryland game, the Music City Bowl, in his hometown.
Right.
And was really good. I mean, was really good. He was 7 of 9 for 132 yards in that Music City Bowl. So I think we all kind of started paying attention to Hank. And as he went into the spring practice, he continued that momentum, and then it continued into fall camp, James. So It will be Peyton Thorne, then Hank Brown, then Holden Garner, and the freshman Walker White in that order in the quarterback room.
Now, we hear all the talk, and I'm not gonna, we'll get back to it in a second, but the receivers are incredible. I've been reading stuff, hearing things about the receivers at Auburn. They're young, they're outstanding, of course, and they're really good. But they don't talk much. You don't hear much about the running back room. We know Beatty got shot. How deep is the running? I know they got one of the best running backs in the country. You just don't hear much about him. Hunter is the preseason first-team All-SEC, but you really, they don't talk that much about him. What are you hearing about the running back room? Do they got some good backup running backs?
They do, James. They did lose Brian Battie to that shooting that took place in the offseason, and from what we gather, his health is improving, and that's the most important thing there. So, I mean, you got Jarquez Hunter back, who I think is the best back in the Southeastern Conference. Then you have Damari Alston and Jeremiah Cobb as the backups, and I think all three will play, and will play early. I hope they play a whole lot against Alabama A&M a week from Saturday. But Jarquez played last season, a good portion of that season, a bit banged up, and you could tell it.
Yeah.
He still ran for 909 yards for Auburn last year with 7 touchdowns. But Cobb and Alston give Auburn some flexibility behind them. Damari Alston, as a sophomore, rushed for 329 yards. Cobb rushed for 172 yards last year. So those guys are your backups. You can add Sean Jackson and Justin Jones to that mix as the fourth and the fifth. But it's the trio of Hunter, then Alston and Cobb, and I like this running back room.
That's what I was going to ask.
I'd love to have Brian Battie back because he gives you that scat back and is a very, very good returner.
Yeah,
but I think this is a very good wide receiver, or very good running back room for Auburn.
Good. That's what I wanted to get your input on that, because I just didn't know how deep they were. That sounds pretty good. All right, let's talk now about the receivers. Talk about it. They're loaded. I mean, they're young, but they got some really good wide receivers.
Well, and let me go ahead and just talk about, Auburn's leading receiver last year, James, was tight end Rivaldo Fairweather. He led Auburn in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns. And he is back. And you talk about a position, and specifically an individual that people are sleeping on, it's Rivaldo Fairweather at tight end. And I'm telling you, folks, he has taken it personal. I've watched him during practice and after practice taking extra balls off the machine, that, getting extra catches after. This young man is focused going into this year. So let me start with Rivaldo, because he gives you that big body. He can go up and get the jump ball, as he did in the win against Cal last year. And the reason for Rivaldo that this wide receiver room is as talented as it is, a year ago, he might get a safety and a linebacker, or a corner and a safety bracketing him. With this wide receiver room this year, I think Rivaldo is going to be matched up with linebackers much more than he was a year ago. Now, that wide receiver room, and listen, we haven't had this kind of hype around here in wide receivers in a long, 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 long time. And let's start with the Freeze Four, the four freshmen. Led, of course, by Cam Coleman, who is an extraordinary talent, James. I mean, we haven't seen this kind of a freshman wide receiver on the Plains in a long time. He gives you everything. He gives you speed. He's 6'3". He's 197. He's everything you want in a freshman wide receiver. Then you add to that Bryce Kane, another freshman out of Mobile. Cam Coleman out of Phoenix City, played at Central Phoenix City for the 7A state champs last year. Bryce Kane's from Baker High School in Mobile. Outstanding speed in the slot. Perry Thompson is from Foley, Alabama. 6'3", 222. Auburn flipped him from Alabama.
Yeah.
Just great talent.
Unbelievable.
And then you add Malcolm Simmons to that list. And Simmons also gives you a receiver and a returner as well. So that's the four freshmen. Add to that two guys that returned from last year in Camden Brown and Caleb Burton III. And Cam Brown has had a really good fall camp. and then 3 veteran receivers that transferred in. Keandre Lambert-Smith from Penn State, Robert Lewis from Georgia State, and Sam Jackson V, who a year ago was a quarterback at Cal, was a high school teammate with Peyton Thorne.
Yeah.
Naperville North, and they were best friends then. They're roommates now, and Jackson saw the writing on the wall that he wasn't going to be the quarterback at Cal and switched to receiver and went into the transfer portal. And as the story goes, he and Peyton were talking about it, and Peyton's like, well, Sam, we need receivers here at Auburn, and that started the transfer portal for Sam Jackson here. So it's an interesting mix, James, of this outstanding freshman class. And I'm not sure we've seen a freshman class like this.
Nah, not many people do.
Since the likes of Devin Aroma-Chadu, Ben Obamandu, back in the early 2000s, okay? And then you have these veterans, 3 that are veterans from other schools and 2 that are back this year. So, and then let me add another guy in there named Will Upton, a redshirt freshman out of Jackson, Mississippi, that may get some time as a returner for Auburn this year. So it's a really interesting mix, and it's going to be fascinating to watch that wide receiver room develop throughout the season.
Andy, I want to get all the groups on offense, and then next week we want to ask your opinion on all the groups on defense. The only thing I'm pumped up about Auburn, I think they're going to be really good. The only thing that concerns me when I hear a head football coach talk about his offensive line, I understand they're doing really good with it. This is what I'm hearing. They're doing a good job in running. They do a good job run blocking. Pass protection, they still need more improvement. What's your take on the offensive line? How good can they be? How good are they?
Yeah, that's a good question, but there is some concern by the head coach about his offensive line too. So you and he are alike in that. He likes what he sees from center out to right tackle. Connor Lew, Jeremiah Wright, Tutal Miller. The left side of the offensive line, however, is a little bit in flux right now. We may get a better idea from Coach Monday when he has his first weekly press conference, and then we'll have him on Tiger Talk Monday night. Going into camp and through the first part of fall camp, it was Percy Lewis, a big transfer out of Mississippi State at left tackle, and Dylan Wade at left guard. As he told us Monday night on Tiger Talk, James, they've toyed with the idea of moving Dylan Wade back out to tackle and moving 6'7", 355-pound Percy Lewis in to left guard. And then add a guy like a Tyler Johnson, who's had a really good fall camp, and into that mix as well. So I don't know exactly what that offensive line is going to look like right now. I think we'll get some clarification from Coach on Monday.
Okay. Well, as you know, if you can't protect him, he can't deliver the ball to all the skilled players, so we got to be able to pass block. But I tell you what, everybody's pumped up down here about Auburn football. We're pumped up about having you back. We will call you next week. I know you got a lot of shows you got to be on, but we appreciate you so much for coming on, and we've missed you. And I hope you had a great summer. Did you have a good summer?
We did, James. Jan and I celebrated our 20th anniversary. We went to Italy. So
man,
had a wonderful
great,
time.
man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, Jeremy, I don't know if Jeremy, have y'all met?
Yeah, we've met before.
Got Jeremy Pridgeon.
Yeah, I was in Montgomery for a time there. Andy was.
Jeremy.
Yeah. So good to hear your voice.
From you again.
Yes, and looking forward to the season.
Yeah, he'll be asking you some questions. I just want to hit next week. What I'd like to do is hit on each position group on defense side of the ball, and then the real deal starts that week. So we're looking, man, I can't believe it's already here. I love it. Cannot wait. All right, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll talk to you next week, Andy. Thank you, sir.
War Eagle, guys. Take care.
War Eagle. I tell you what, he does a great guy.
He is.
They get anything out of Peyton Thorne, man. They're going to be really good this year, especially on offense. So
this thing last year, they had no receivers, none really. Now they got some of the best probably the best young receivers in the country.
Cam Coleman are two of the best maybe the best freshman tandem for sure in the country. I mean, you got Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State that's really good as a freshman, but beyond that, those two kids are as good as it gets.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're the radio home of the Mosley Dolphins.
We're going under the lights this Friday night as the Mosley Dolphins kick off the season versus the Rutherford Rams. Listen to David and Kyle for live play-by-play from Tommy Oliver Stadium. Coverage starts at 6:45. Mosley Dolphin football is sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialists, Chapman Wealth Management, and ESPN Northwest Florida.
In the jewelry business, there is no substitute for experience. David Adamson has over 46 years of experience, 32 of those in Lynn Haven. Designing and creating fine jewelry is more than a job for David, it's a joy. If you're looking for a spectacular jewelry design that says you, or perhaps you need your jewelry repaired, look no further than David Adamson Designer Jewelry. All work is done in-house and always to your complete satisfaction. Stop in today at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Ohio Avenue in Lynn Haven. They're on Facebook and at tcjeweler.com.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing KHS TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. All your local favorites. Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC. Plus, catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks. ESPN, the NFL Network, and the NBA Network. It's more than just sports. KHS offers 50-plus movie channels, 150-plus entertainment channels, all your favorite news networks, and watch thousands of movies and TV shows on demand. All for just $40 a month with a one-time $2 billing fee. And you can watch up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score KHS TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the TV logo. That's ESPNPC.com and click the TV logo.
Kickoff on the Plains is coming.
50-10, fire into the end zone. Touchdown, Peyton Thorne.
Auburn football returns August 31st.
The kick is on the way. The season is underway.
Only on your home for the Tigers.
Auburn fans, we're bringing you every single game this season on the exclusive home for the Auburn Tigers on the Gulf Coast. ESPN Northwest Florida War Eagle.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Atlanta Braves. You love Braves baseball. You listen to it right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. Russ, we love you, brother. David Adamson's Fine Jewelry. Go check it out. You'll love it. Get down to B4 Braves in Lynn Haven. See Pat. Pat does a wonderful job down there. City Commissioner Pat Perneau is number one. I love that guy. Does an incredible job at everything he does. Turf Pro Pest Control. Patrick, give him a call. Their yard look absolutely beautiful. You can listen to him every Monday, 8:30 right here. Taco Bell. Paparazzi Pizza, Max Fit Sports Nutrition, Dr. Ward, Newbies, all these wonderful people. We appreciate all you guys. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna do something different. I want to see what you think about this. The SEC is released. You might want to look it up because I didn't write it all down. I just kind of jotted some stuff down. SEC, and they're going to have a problem, guys. This is going to affect the SEC either this year or in the future, because you're going to have a lot of teams in the SEC with 6-2 records in the SEC play. I do believe that, more than 1 or 2 teams. Even the mighty Georgia Bulldogs could lose 1 or 2 games the schedule they got to play and still play Ohio State for the national championship. But here's how it's going to break down. Head-to-head's going to be one of the factors. If we have a tie in the SEC, this is what they're going to go to. Head-to-head, records versus common SEC opponents, because not everybody plays each other. Right. Missouri's schedule could come back and bite them in the butt because it's a weaker schedule than the other teams are playing. But then again, the other teams might beat each other up and have bad records. I don't know. Conference winning percentage of all SEC opponents versus SEC opponents. Do you understand what I just said?
No, I have no idea.
That one takes some arithmetic. Yeah.
I missed molecular science.
Conference winning percentage of all the SEC opponents when you're playing SEC opponents. Okay,
right.
That's what. Okay,
you can explain it to me 3 more times, and I still wouldn't. Yeah, what you're saying. Just tell me who's in at the end of the day.
Capped total. Now this I don't like.
The whole formula is going to favor Oklahoma. Always, the formula is always favor Oklahoma.
Why did they just call Max Preps?
Now they're going to make. You're going to wonder why.
The FHSAA.
Right.
You guys are going to wonder why, and you're going to get mad at certain coaches, like they used to get mad at Coach Spurrier. and Coach Bowden.
Yeah.
And they would say, it's your job to stop us. It's our job to score.
Run it up.
Now, total scoring margins, all SEC games.
Woof.
So now they're telling you, go embarrass your opponents.
Go embarrass your opponents.
I don't like that.
No.
Why would you go? Some teams are defensive teams. They're not offensive teams. That don't mean they're better. Alabama
win
90,
differently.
Alabama 92.
Would have been at the house in this process.
Yeah, they wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have got in. And the other one, if everything is just everything, and it could possibly, it's almost impossible to have, but it could. If all these things are still you're tied up, they're going to flip a coin. The random draw to break the tie teams.
Can you imagine somebody?
Can you imagine that meeting where they came up with this?
Right.
I wouldn't want to have that job.
Can you imagine playing an entire season and it comes down to a coin flip? I mean, you put all that work in, everything. It's let's flip a coin.
Flip a coin. Yeah.
I think then if it does come to it, they're going to look at the committees who they've been selecting. Oh yeah, okay, they thought they were the best. Let's go with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's that.
Let's hope we don't go there.
Right.
Yeah.
No. What do you think? What would be the answer? Do like do in high school? Go meet on a Monday and play for quarter?
Those are fun.
Can you imagine? We're flying into Austin this weekend. 4 teams will be there: Ole Miss, Alabama, and LSU.
Put it on the 10.
I wish we could put more.
They'll be through about 3 in the morning.
I wish we could put more faith in the playoff committee because I think rankings should matter. I don't either, but I mean, if we did, I mean, rankings would matter. I mean, I don't like the margin of victory thing because, a team like Ole Miss, maybe they need to get in the playoffs. They put 70 on Vanderbilt. Who cares? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't make you
and
any
then
better
you
than
pointed out
Alabama.
one game, yeah. Poor old Vanderbilt just got put on notice.
Right, exactly.
Every game.
I wanted to share this with Michigan Eddie, but he has not called, or we didn't take the call. You can call back now, Michigan Eddie, but this is a concerning. NCAA has confirmed that Michigan successfully hacked into Ohio State's practice film. They broke in and got. Why would you practice film, Jeremy? You swap game film.
Right.
Everybody does it. They always have. They always will. I take that back. Way back in the 80s, some coach would get mad at you. Maybe they wouldn't, but they do. In college, you have to swap film. Michigan didn't. They had that, but they broke in and watched practice tape. That's not good.
So the word hack here is a little bit misleading because what they did, and supposedly in this
sounds better though.
Connected to.
No, so I guess there was a staff member in Ryan Day's first 2 years there that had played at Michigan, and I forget his name, and he had obviously the passcodes and everything like that. And I think he passed it on to Harbaugh, and that's how they got in. So, but there was also rumors, and I don't know if the NCAA confirmed this, that they did this to multiple teams within the Big Ten. If you read through some of this stuff, it's like reading a spy book. I mean, it's like reading or watching a Mission Impossible movie of the extent that they're being accused of right now to what they did to cheat. And if it all is come true, they should nuke the program, because if not, instead of hiring coaches and going out and recruiting the best players, we should just hire the best spies and just go about it that way.
And they also they were being accused by other teams of some of the same things.
All of the teams in the Big Ten except Michigan turned them in and gave them, video evidence of the guys on the sidelines and stuff like that. So that part isn't really up for debate.
I should have waited till he got me a gift from Gainesville. I should have waited till he gives me a gift before I brought this up. But still, that's pretty bad now. That's not a good look.
No, and it's not a good look for Harbaugh. And I hear every day on ESPN what a great coach he is and all this other stuff. We have to look at the timeline. He was not a great coach at Michigan. They, demoted him. They cut his pay. I mean, he was going in that COVID year. They avoided Ohio State that year. Ryan Day beat him, I think, 56 to something the first year. COVID came along. They missed that. They go hire Connor Stallions, a code breaker who had no football, experience whatsoever of a staff, and they implement this, extensive, cheating scandal, and then they, win the Big Ten the next 2 years and win a national title. It was just something that you wouldn't even believe if you saw it in a movie.
Yep. All right, I think we got a phone call. Let's try to take this phone call for a second. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Is there an echo in there, or what's going on?
No echo. No echo.
This sounds like a legend. This couldn't be. Is this Coach? Is this Coach Moon?
It's two coaches.
Coach Moon and Coach Manley?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than this.
Oh, yeah.
It does not
there
get
goes
better.
the
This is a special day. This is special.
Bay County, Mount Rushmore right there.
Glenn, we were talking about you earlier. Jerry said some good things, and we're trying to do something for you and Tommy, and maybe it'll happen.
Right. Well, you never know. We were listening to you guys talk about Michigan. If you don't know how to do that, then you can't complain. So Michigan got to do it, just can't get caught.
Right.
Let's ask Conrad about this.
Just another example that the Big Ten cheats all over the place.
It's not just Michigan, is it? I think the whole Big Ten's that way.
Yeah.
That's what we just said. The whole Big Ten.
Well, I hope we cheat this year with another one.
Hey, Conrad, what do you hear? Georgia win it all again, or what? What do you think?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. But let me tell you just one quick little thing about the scrimmage Saturday.
Yeah.
It's not out there, but from an inside source, they were the first scrimmage, Kirby got onto them. He didn't like their energy. This past Saturday, after about first 3 or 4 series, he kind of said, "Whoa, guys, let's just go thud for a while." They were too fired up. They were attacking way too hard on the starters during the scrimmage.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I like having that problem. That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Now, if we can just get through all the injuries, but I think we got enough depth.
Hey, who do you think? McElroy had a pretty good article. He said that this year Georgia will play Texas twice for the SEC championship, and he has Georgia beating Texas and winning the championship. What do you think? I mean, they got to go to Ole Miss, they got to go to Texas, they got to go to Alabama. That's 3 teams ranked in the top 6. That's tough on the road. Can they win all 3 of those? Then you got Tennessee.
And you got Clemson.
Then you got Clemson week 1.
Yeah.
Clemson week 1, but we're going to beat Clemson by 17.
I agree with that.
You know.
Well,
and I think we're ready to roll. I really do. I think the thing that people or most don't know about is the defensive line is going to step up this year from last year.
Yeah. Well, I know they got a chip on the shoulder. They want to win a championship, rebound from last year. Let me ask you this one. I got both of you on the phone. We got to take a break in about a minute. Florida State and Georgia Tech traveling that far, playing the game. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think they blow them out. Some people think they will. I think FSU wins in a close one. What do you two think about that one?
Go ahead, Coach.
I think FSU wins by about 10 to 12, but it could be, a little rougher since Winky's the offensive coordinator for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
He may know some weak spots, but I still think they got more talent, and maybe the second half they'll take control.
All right, Conrad, what do you think?
What I worry about with the Seminoles this year is they lost a ton of people off that defense. That defense was their team last year, them and the quarterback. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I think Florida State wins late.
Yeah, I think Georgia Tech's going to be a good ball club this year. I like the coach. I like the quarterback.
And Jeremy said there could be high winds, 20, 40-mile-per-hour winds, so that could favor
68 degrees.
FSU and their run game and their more physical, offensive line.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thank y'all so much for calling. And tell Glenn I'll see him soon.
We'll see.
We're going to throw stuff at him Friday night, Glenn. I'm going to be with you.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Good.
Go Marlins.
Go Marlins. Go Bay. You can't equal opportunity. Go Bay.
All right, do I have time? I got to go. All right, so I talk to some of our great people. We love all you guys out there. That Cajun Place, yes, sir, buddy. We're back with that Cajun Place. Cannot wait. This Saturday, 11 o'clock, FSU kicks off against Georgia Tech. We will be there. We're going to get the best wings in Florida right there at that Cajun Place. I'll get it right in a minute. Comrade Glenn screwed me up.
Start.
Now, remember, $5 pitchers, Miller Lite, Bud Light, you name it, they got it right there. And also, when LSU plays Sunday, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, LSU Southern Cal from Las Vegas. You got your LSU stuff on, and you're at the Cajun place. They score a touchdown, you get a free Jell-O shot. Same thing for the Saints. You got to wear the colors. But head on out there and have a great time at that Cajun place. Rick, we love you, brother. You do a great job down there. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
You know, it's interesting how we use preseason results, where you go, hey, Caleb Williams looked awesome. Well, you probably saw one pass to Roma Dunze. That was a wonderful pass. But if you watch the entire game, I don't think you come away going, man, he is the next Patrick Mahomes.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 90 with a gentle breeze coming out of the east around 11 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 75. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a possibility of thunderstorms and a high around 86. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
1, 2.
I'm in love with a man named Rudy. I'm okay with that. He knows exactly what I want. Keeps me coming back. Cooks breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me. Does the dishes too. I'm in love with a man named Rudy. Last name Barbecue. It sure is easy to fall in love with Rudy's tasty oak smoked barbecue.
Next in line.
Hey there, business owners. Do you feel lost in a sea of numbers, struggling to navigate your day-to-day accounting? At Lighthouse CPAs, they specialize in guiding businesses to make more money and keep more of what you make. From bookkeeping to tax planning, they've got you covered. Plus, with their user-friendly software, managing your finances has never been easier. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Call Lighthouse CPAs 850-785-5254.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, we're going to pick some high school picks right now. Jeremy Pridgeon, we're going to do ours, Jason, on Friday, but we got to get Jeremy. Jeremy does really well with these.
We can break down some of these here. So I added one, just being from North Gulf County. Weewall Hitchcock's picking up Lighthouse Private Christian Academy out of Pensacola because of Graceville's.
I got you down, Weewall.
Yeah, Weewall. Just go Gators. All right, the Battle of the Apalachicola River, 4 miles between them, Bluntstown and Liberty County. You know, Tommy St. Amant, Bluntstown ties there. This is always a tough game, rival game. These kids know each other, and, no love lost between them. But I'm going to go with Tommy's Tigers over the Bulldogs to start the season. So
sounds good.
Vernon, trying to be an upstart program, going over to Jay, play the Royals. That's always a tough place to play up in North Santa Rosa County, and I expect that the Royals are going to do fairly well. So give me Jay.
Okay.
Mariana and Walton. Walton had a great season last year. If you recall, they came up short against Pensacola Catholic in the third round, got eliminated, but kind of reestablished themselves after an undefeated season. Mariana's always tough, gritty, program, but I think the Braves get it done to open the season. And
Walton on the road wins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Chipley, North Florida Christian. We mentioned Florida High earlier with Coach Whidden. North Florida is not much different. You're not really sure what you're going to get, out of Tallahassee there as to what may show up at school. Chipley's always a tough program.
Chipley's tough at home, too.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Tigers. But don't be surprised if NFC comes in there, if they've gotten some talent through the offseason. Destin, Northview. This is Northview.
Listen, I don't care who you're playing. When you have to travel there and play, it's hard to beat them there.
Yeah, that's just a great environment for a ball game. The old Ernest Ward, Old Century School has been combined now for some time. This is an intriguing ball game to me. Port St. Joe, Wakulla.
Well, Cull's big, man.
Yeah.
Right. St. Joe's a proud program. They have high expectations. They feel good about the program, but this is different.
Different animal there.
Yeah.
Poor St. Joe, brought to you by Taco Bell. Who you like?
The heart picks to go with the Sharks. The head picks to go with the War Eagles, and so I'm going to take the War Eagles over the Sharks, but closer than you might think. So,
all right. This is easy. The next one's easy for me.
Sneed's Cottondale.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Thomas. Yep.
Yeah, Sneed's big.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out. Happy birthday to Bill Thomas. Yesterday was his birthday. We forgot. Didn't mention it. Bill, we love you. Happy birthday. Delayed birthday.
Yeah.
We love you, man.
North Bay Haven, Freeport. Rams picked up a preseason win over Freeport. And, North Bay Haven, a lot of question marks going into the season here. But I think the Bulldogs were playing up, really, against Rutherford. And so got Freeport.
Jason's got North Bay Haven. You got Freeport? Okay.
Bozeman, Holmes County. Now, this is still one of their old Class A rivals, but we've talked about Bozeman's jump to 3A, that they're having to make the two-class jump from the 1R to 3A, I think it is, and that is tough. I mean, reclassification is tough anyway.
They'll be without their head coach in that game as well, so that's another thing you got to factor in.
Or did he sit against Cottondale?
He said that. They set him out for the jamboree.
He'll be able to sat against Cottondale there, so he'll be back.
Okay.
But Bozeman, Holmes County played late in the season in the playoffs last year, if you recall.
Yeah.
And tough team here. This is a flip of a coin for me. I mean, it really is.
Bozeman's at home. And they got a lot of players transferred in from North Bay Haven.
That's the piece. The home field with the influx of folks. Graduation would have hurt them pretty good, but I think they've been able to replenish well. So I think Bozeman just may have too much for Holmes County.
And we got all those folks up in Holmes County listen to us all the time. They got a good program.
They've got a great program up there.
It's going to be a good game.
Yep. Mosley Rutherford, we talked to Coach Whidden. This is one of these where Mosley just needs to focus and take care of business and should be Dolphins big.
We got 3A versus 5A, 6A. What's Mosley on 5A?
5. I think
5 or 6. I can't
6,
remember. Okay.
They might be 6A now.
All right. I'm glad we got y'all on opposite sides of the table here for this next one. Bay Arnold.
Hey, we're coming. Come on, Bay. Come on over here.
Oh, we are. Trust me.
Yeah, you're gonna come walk over here, but you're gonna limp back.
Nah,
I'll tell you that right now.
See some speed that you haven't seen in a while.
Griff's gonna have Arnold ready to play.
I agree with that. I mean, I trusted him as a coach.
All right. So without making your picks here, obviously, pick out what they are.
I gotta stay neutral.
What?
Yeah, right.
What does a high score? Who does a high scoring game favor?
I think Bay High.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Speed. Yeah.
Well, I tell you now, listen, we're going to throw the ball on the field. You better have a good secondary. You can't just lie on one coverage. The offensive coordinator, he knows what he's doing. I've went against him before. He's sharp now. He knows what he's doing. If we can protect the quarterback, we're going. Anytime you can throw it, you got a chance.
Yeah.
You got a chance to score some points. If we can protect the quarterback, that's the key to that game. If they can protect Arnold's quarterback. If they can't, then it'll be a long night.
And they're going to be, celebrating an undefeated team. There's going to be a lot of hype, a lot of energy in the stadium. So
and there was good energy Friday night there. Yeah,
it's going to be exciting. It's going to be packed out. You need to get to Arnold early. Huge crowd. We'll be a sellout football game. It's probably the biggest crowd ever.
And we'll all be out there. Come say hey to us. Come, throw stuff at Coach Hale when he walks on the field.
Yeah, just clap loud for me. Yeah.
No, we will. I mean,
Jason's going to hold my hands as we walk. You are going to protect me on the way out there.
Well, we'll have to issue a tornado warning for the beach here.
There you go. Let's go. Let's go.
We've got a lot of stuff.
Man here.
Hey, we got a lot of that 2003 team. We got a lot of things planned to throw at Glenn Manley.
Just don't suit any of them guys up. You know what I mean? Walking out with helmets on and stuff. Hey, what are these guys doing?
What an environment,
so you going with
I'm going to go with Bay here.
So we got the picks in from Jeremy Pridgeon. We'll do ours tomorrow. So you got Bay. Let's write that down. Okay, you gonna keep up with yours, and I'll keep this too.
Yeah,
I just wrote I didn't write it's so small you can't write the whole name out. I just put if it's Arnold, I put A. If it's Bay, I put B.
I saw how these can. Your letter writing
not very good.
Well,
especially after he changes them. When
How much time we got? 2 minutes. Okay, and I want to. I'm glad I want to give me some time to talk about this. I love those kids. They came over there, and that was the first senior class. We had, again, for whatever reason, we had 27 kids come over from our Thomas Ray, Dunn, Alex Shore, all those guys. We had some really good players, and we had a really favorable schedule. It was a 1A. We had to go make a schedule up, and we were really good. We lost. We all had a really good team that year. We lost one game. Then we really came like a new school because we were told we were going to be JV for 2 years, and then all of a sudden it changed. We went JV for 2 years and got beat up pretty bad. And the first class in 2A, we had a really good football team. We'd gotten stronger. We threw the ball all over the field. We ran the ball. Frankie Verasso, again, is one of the best players I've ever seen. Philip Haley, Jared Hale, Chase Walker. Chase was first-team All-State wide receiver. Jared was second-team All-State quarterback. We had Jeremy Goins, had some really good defensive players. Trinity was unbelievable, played linebacker for us. One of the fastest guys on our track team, 4.4 40, legit. Turk signed him, saw him. He went to Troy, did really well there. So those were great kids, great times back then. We had a big offensive line, Robbie Brown, a bunch of those guys down there. So I'm glad. I hope a lot of them can't come. They live all over the country, but we'll have some of them there. And I really appreciate Brent Smith and Coach Griff and Rick Green for having us. I really appreciate that. That's the first time they've ever mentioned me coming back to us. So I really appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot, and we love Arnold High School. And we got 30 seconds. You know what I did yesterday, Wildcat? I went and bought me a double gauge shotgun.
Oh, yeah?
I went and bought me a 357 Henry bolt action or lever action.
That's a nice gun.
Yeah, I'm getting ready, man. I'm getting ready. Go hunting. Hunting season's going to be pretty soon.
Tommy St. Amant scouting
I'm going
somewhere.
with Tommy. Yeah.
Starting around November.
I'm going to go with Tommy. But the shotgun's not, what's it called? Like over, under, or something. The barrels.
Yeah. We got one on top of the other. Yeah.
I love that. I loved it. But anyway, had a good time doing that. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you. Jeremy, next Thursday.
We'll see you
Jason.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
The male version of the record belongs to American Brian Thompson, whose tongue measures 3.49 inches wide.
You're playing tall, isn't it?
Gotta have a big mouth if you're gonna have a big tongue, I would think.
That's your birthday present there, Jay.